Argentina is running out of fuel. Folks, this is Fernando doing another video for the Modern Survivalist, and at least for me, these are sad events. This is my country. This is where I'm from. These are my people, and it sucks to see things going this way, going the Venezuela way. Why? Because Argentina actually has oil. It has more than enough oil for the entire country and then some. Why is it that there's not enough? Well, a bunch of different reasons. Poor management of the country as a whole, horrible economic conditions, and there's probably, yes, a lot of speculation regarding the political events unfolding. This is why it is all related. This is why I talk so much about politics in a survival and preparedness channel, which is something that surprises a lot of people. Because I know, because I've been there, because this is what I've been doing for, well, decades now. Street survival skills, surviving the economic collapse. These are the books you want to get so as to learn and not have to go through this in your own skin. It's better to learn from the experiences of others. So when I talk about economy, when I talk about politics, it's because this translates into the reality that you're living in. Right now, because of the elections going on in Argentina, there's a lot of speculation regarding, well, where will the economy go? Will it tank? The Argentine pesos has already devaluated in a horrible way, 120, 140% this year alone. So the producers of fuel are saying, you know what? I'd rather hold my merchandise, my oil, right? I'd rather hold my fuel and not sell it right now because it will probably go up in price a heck of a lot. So we're speculating, we're waiting, we're seeing how things go. This is all because of the uncertainty of the country. The political and economic uncertainty translates into lack of gas in stations across a country that has more than enough production of its own. And this is the tragedy of Argentina. Argentina is massive. It is huge. You think the United States is big? Yeah, the United States is bigger. But Argentina is underpopulated. Argentina is 44 million in a huge-ass country. There's more than enough resources for everyone. There's all of the gas you could possibly want, all of the oil, all of the food, producing food for 10 times its own population, and yet these problems still persist. Why? Because people are horrible and they cannot stop screwing up. So what is that you do in terms of preparedness? Well, this is where preparedness comes along. First, the political aspect of understanding all of this. These are the challenges you will be facing, and if you're on top of the news and the political events, you know these things may end up happening. But what do you do when that's what you're dealing with? Well, you need those cans right there, your jerry cans with fuel. That's a good idea. That's what you want to store. You want to put the date. You want to rotate them. You want to stay on top of your fuel storage, but it goes beyond that. The planning. Where is it that you live? Do you live in the middle of nowhere? Because that's what some so-called survival expert told you once. That's a stupid idea. You want to be in that Goldilocks region of close enough, yet far enough so as to avoid the things that I don't want, yet close enough for the things I do want. In a medium to intermediate or small town, probably that's one of your best shots. The reality of each one of us is different. Don't have those shitty cans. Get good ones like the ones you see over there. Quality made, jerry cans made in Europe and well welded. You want to make sure these are good cans because that's where your fuel will be. So it's great when you don't have a huge need for fuel. If you're in a small town or in your in a good spot where you can access some of the things you need, walking distance, are you physically fit so as to walk enough? How far can you walk? When was the last day you went walking for 5, 6, 7 miles? Is that something that is challenging for you? Well, look after your health. That's something that's going to be giving you more leverage when you cannot drive everywhere, which you shouldn't, by the way. Do you have a bicycle? A bicycle is not really a bad way of a bad medium of transportation for shorter and even medium distances. So bicycles, walking, not needing all that much fuel because of your strategic location that you already thought about when you decided where you're going to be living. So these things are all important and crucial. It will mean that you don't need all of that much fuel. Yet at the same time, I want to have fuel for emergencies. If I need it, I will have it. If I need to bug out, evacuate, and go to my plan B location, I always should have more than enough fuel for that. The distance to be covered plus 20%. That's my advice in general for that sort of thing. What kind of vehicle are you driving? Do you have a huge ass car that demands a lot of gasoline? Well, I don't have a huge ass car. I don't have gasoline. I have diesel. Diesel is what I want to have in my vehicles. Why? Because diesel stores a lot better. Diesel is even sometimes easier to find especially in the United States where diesel is not all that common, but diesel is awesome. It doesn't burn like gasoline does. It doesn't explode. It stores a lot better, and it has a lot more mileage. It's a lot more efficient as a fuel. So you can do 700, 800, 1,000 miles on an amount of diesel that doesn't even come close if that was instead gasoline. Diesel is your friend. Gas, not so much. Diesel for prepping, I think it's always the best way. Of course, maybe if you live somewhere where diesel is not common for whatever reason, well, that kind of sucks. But whenever you can, always a good idea. But the idea of for the same amount of fuel, I just can cover more miles. That's maybe one of the best advantages of diesel. Have a vehicle that is fuel efficient. I mean, the stuff we talk about all the time here, the stuff I've covered in my books and talked about so many times in the channel. Guys, that's basically it. Stay on top of things, be smart, and prepare, because this is the reality that we're living with in different parts of the world and giving world events, as we well know and are aware of. It's just the way the world is. We have to prepare, be ready, and stay calm. See you next time. Take care.